about so much being put on nurses. Here's why. So I was working on the rehab hall, and I was, let me see, I don't know what cart I was on. The middle cart. It wasn't very heavy. Anyway, and there was a nurse who got an admit, and I think it was fairly late in the shift, late in the evening. I'm trying to think how it went down. I don't know. There were all kinds of issues that day. There was all kinds of crazy stuff going on. All sorts of problems. This was an agency nurse. Anyway, so I was like, I will help you with your admit because there's all sorts of crazy stuff going on. It was just the internet, the phone. It was just a wild, crazy day. It was the evening. We didn't know where the patient was supposed to go. It's just a disaster. It was a disaster. So I told her I would help her with the patient because she's an agency nurse. I'm 99% sure she's an agency nurse. I said, I will help you with this admission. It was a Friday night, I believe. Anyway, so I helped her with the admission. And on Monday, I think it was, someone in management came to me and said, basically, that corporate was trying to pin a bunch of wounds from that patient on me because I helped with the admit. Okay? You know how they say no good deeds go unpunished? And then, so like the next week, when I was on my second 16-hour, I was on a real heavy cart, and another person who was on a heavy cart was getting 3 admits, and I said, yeah, I'll help you with admits. I always help with admits. I help with admits. Help being the key word. And my understanding is that management will help with admits to make sure they're completed, and that that's their job, not me, not my, like. So, but I was told that after I had already helped with another admit, that then I had my own admit of this other nurse's. I was to do this full admit. And that's why I wound up staying 2 hours over my already 16-hour shift to do this admit that was like a mile away from me, which is not safe. I feel like I've been re-traumatized from things that happened at my last job, where things were put on me that should not have been put on me. And I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't want to be on the rehab hall anymore. I don't want to be there. It's too much stress. The nurses who do best there are the nurses who do not give a shit. They don't mind the job because they don't do the job, and they don't give a shit. And it's no stress on them because they just don't do it. They don't pass the meds. They don't do the vitals. They don't do the charting. They don't give a fuck. You got your agency nurses in there. They don't care about the patients. They don't care about the work. They don't care. They don't give a shit. Those are the nurses that belong on that hall. They don't care if there's too much work because they don't do it anyways. Those are the nurses that belong there, not me.